So, you think the only way to sell more roofs is just grinding out more estimates, right? Hold up. What if I told you the easiest money you can make isn't from chasing new leads, but from the customers already in front of you? Most roofers lose out on thousands just because they never cross-sell at the right moment. Let's fix that. Okay, now let's break down exactly how you can turn every roofing job into a launchpad for more sales without complicating your business and honestly, without working harder. We'll start with why timing is everything and how to bundle offers your customers can't say no to. Also, heads up, this intro video is made with the help of AI. If you're curious about how AI can help you, comment AI below and we'll be in touch.
Buried in the retargeting and remarketing concept is the idea of cross-selling. The ability to sell another service at the time of sale so you can get yourself on the site multiple times. Get your branding on site multiple times. And there's cross sells that aren't always upgrades or upsells, meaning that they're a different thing. And I'm a huge advocate for not getting your business to be too complicated. I don't want everybody to be a roofing and siding contractor, but there are cases where you have built a business and it is safe to add one thing. And it should be very adjacent to what you do, and you should have some level of capacity to perform the work. So one example is our customer out in Hawaii. They wanted to get that new Timberline solar product when it was announced, but not on the market yet. They reached out to GAF because they're a master elite contractor and said, hey, we want to get our hands on this Timberline solar because you're hyping it up and we think that we'd like to sell it. And they said, well, it's quite a lot to get everything out to Hawaii. We need to prove that you can sell solar first. So what they did was they said, you have to prove that you can sell $300,000 worth of JF Decotech. Decotech was their previous roof integrated product that installs like a skylight and that there's no shingles underneath the panels here. So what we thought was, well, how many panels fit on the average house? We said, well, for sure 12 panels fits on most houses. So we figured out based on those 3 zones in Hawaii, based on where you are on the mountain, because sometimes you're in the shadow of the mountain more of the day and sometimes you're not. So we took zone 2 and we said, what on average is going to be the power benefits of this? And we sold a 12 panel upgrade for $18,000. In the first 90 days, they sold $990,000 worth of Decotech in the first 90 days, just from selling it as an upgrade. And the thing is that when people click a 12 panel upgrade, then you started to have the conversation about how much solar you could put on their house, but we treat it like, would you like fries with that? And then, of course, they became a Timberline solar dealer, and now they sell both Decotech and Timberline solar. Now, another one that's worked in the past was this, the concept of when you demonstrate customer color options, putting a paint sample, siding samples, and some inspirational pictures around it. We have probably 4,000 of these. So it's the act of selling another service at the time of sale, and you want to get yourself on site multiple times and find great upsells and upgrades. So then we build these great hero pages that communicate it in the sale. And so, yeah, we got the normal stuff, right? But even having 2 gutter guard options. So it's not yes or no, it's one or the other, but the expectation is you get one or the other, not yes or no. This one I'm such a big fan of is a solar readiness upgrade. We did this in our roofing company, and my best story on this one is a guy in South Carolina. He added this into his business. He presented this to a homeowner, which is just an $80 vent and putting ice and water or peel and stick, whatever you call it, on the main large face where solar would likely get installed. This is an $80 vent that he charges $500 for. He sold this to a guy who is a senior leader in a church. He's like, you know what, I'm not ready for solar on my house. But then he called him back and he said, hey, so you guys sell solar? He's like, yep. And he sold a solar job, and the numbers are going to be wrong to me at this point, but he carried 40% on the roof and he made $1 million on the solar. It was a massive, massive church. And you'll know it because if you're in South Carolina, there's a big, big, big church and you can see it from the highway. And on the roof, they took the solar panels out in the middle of the roof to make the shape of a cross. So that's how you know which one it is. And that was one of our customers that did that. And the whole conversation started because he sold somebody this. And then this, making sure that people understand the difference between standing seam and egg panel. There's thousands of dollars being left on the table by not remarketing, retargeting, and cross-selling with upgrades.